Do you know which houseplant is the most difficult to keep alive? Many pundits will argue online about this, but one plant you will see consistently mentioned is the fiddle leaf fig tree. One of the things about this houseplant is that it has exacting requirements. And when I mean exacting, if you're off by just a little bit with what it needs, the plant will not grow. This applies to its need for humidity, indirect sunlight, moist soil, and infrequent watering. Not many people are successful with the finicky fiddle leaf fig tree. One thing that requires a lot of care to grow but is not as finicky are strong friendships. Now, some might think that creating healthy and vibrant friendships in a shallow world is a lot more difficult than growing a houseplant. But the thing is, we've been creating friendships without the proper ingredients. So it always felt hard creating strong friendships. But in this video, I'm gonna show you 3 key ingredients needed to create strong friendships in this fickle world. These 3 traits are respect, enjoyment, and utility. First one up, respect. Before 2 people can engage in any form of a mutually beneficial relationship, there needs to be a great amount of respect between the 2, and this includes romantic, business, and social relationships. Respect has to be at the foundation. Yet, many of us don't think of respect as a cornerstone of our friendships. And as a result, we tend to have lackluster friendships that don't go beyond the surface level topics of our day-to-day lives. Respect in friendships is what allows friends to open up with each other without judgment. Respect is what lets the other friend know that they can trust each other. Respect is the glue to help friends during rough times, not judging them for any reason. You have to understand that friends who respect you will do whatever they can to ensure that you are successful. Since one friend succeeds, so do all his friends. Friendship is not something fickle or shallow, but something where you can open up completely. And for that to happen, respect needs to be present. If we're being honest, if a friend holds back big news or some life event, then it's due to a lack of respect. Now, people might say that they don't want to come off as needy or being judged. But if we're being brutally honest, how can a friend that holds you in high esteem ever think low of you? And if that's a serious worry, then it's not a friendship. Anyways, before I ramble on too much, let's get to something tangible. To start building strong friendships, show great respect to the other person. If they reciprocate, then you have the potential to cultivate a strong friendship. But if they don't, then you can just bail on it. And to be more clear, if the person follows any of these disrespectful traits, then don't invest in the friendship. Takes days to respond to text messages with no fair excuse. Makes fun of you in front of people you don't know. Can't keep confidential information to themselves. Doesn't take you seriously. Okay, let's get to the fun part of friendships. Enjoyment. Okay, this one's pretty straightforward. To ensure that the friendship is not strictly business, the 2 parties have to enjoy each other's company. Such a crazy thought. Now, when I say enjoyment, it doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over and over again. You want to enjoy the person's company doing a variety of things. Back in my university days, I was a part of a frat, and a lot of these frat boys kept doing the same things with their friends. And when I say same things, I mean partying, drinking, doing drugs on repeat. Not saying that anything is wrong with that, but the enjoyment was superficial, and those close friends in the frat would end up hating each other over petty matters, despite the fact that they spent so much time together. For strong friendships, you want to enjoy your friends doing a variety of things that you're both interested in. For example, with my friends, I do a variety of things such as watch MMA, do combat sports, talk about philosophy or literature, talk about vulnerable stuff, pull pranks, watch improv shows, board games, long walks on the beach, basketball, comedy shows, etc. Doing all these activities with my friends and the ones that they're interested in too just enriches my friendships with more experiences where funny stories can come out of it and insights discovered. But remember this, enjoyment isn't strictly about being entertained. It's about having a good time that brings you closer to your friends. And when people choose to do the exact same thing with their friends, they're not enriching their friendships. And sooner or later, someone's going to get bored and leave the friendship, causing it to die. So ensure that you're enjoying your friendships, but in a way that you can explore life. But how do we do this? Well, You can try the following. Initiate and try to do different activities with your friend. If they consistently say no and prefer to do the same old things, then take it as a sign that this may not be a strong friendship. If they say yes a few times and they are enjoyable experiences, then you have the potential for a strong friendship. Speaking of doing things, another hallmark of a great friendship is the utility of a friend. I know. This sounds Robert Greene-esque. Like, why would a friend need to have some utility? But let me explain. When I say utility, I'm saying that the friend is beneficial to you in some way. For example, one of my utilities for my friends and for members in the Secret Layer membership site is that I'm able to create a comfortable environment for sensitive topics. Since I'm willing to talk about my therapy journey, my years of low self-esteem, and a bunch of random embarrassing stories, my friends and members are able to trust me and listen to my insights. Because if we're being honest, not many people have friends that they can be vulnerable with. And I don't mind being that friend. But back to my point. Friends need to have utility to help you discover more of yourself. In today's world, modern friends are just about having a superficial good time with someone on a somewhat consistent basis. But friends should be people who challenge you, support you, and help you grow into a mature, well-rounded individual. If a friend is not doing that for you, then the friendship will rarely ever be strong. The reason why friendship is a big part of my personal development system is that you only go as far as the friends you surround yourself with. If your friends truly respect you, they will do their part to help you become what you can be. And that's friends quietly displaying their utility. So again, let's have something tangible. So a rule of thumb for if someone displays utility is, do they inspire you to be better in some way? From time to time, reflect over your friendships and ask yourself that question. And if the answers are a consistent yes, then you have the potential of some very strong friendships. Wait 1 minute. This seems like so much work to create such friendships, especially in today's shallow world. Yeah, it is hard. Anything in life that is worth it is not easy. You can easily find shallow people that will make it hard to create a friendship. I've been there and it's exhausting. Yet putting in the groundwork for strong friendships is not easy, but the few friendships that come out of it will be incredible. You might think I'm exaggerating, but the Spanish philosopher Baltasar Gracian mentioned in his book The Pocket Oracle and Art of Prudence about what friendships offer. There's no desert like a life without friends. Friendship multiplies blessings and divides troubles. It's the only remedy for bad fortune and is an oasis of comfort for the soul. That is a perfect description of an amazing friendship. Although this requires effort, time, trial and error, in the end, it's all going to be worth it. So don't cut yourself short with lackluster friendships. Similar to dating, if you put yourself out there consistently, you'll be surprised with the amazing people you can find. As an adult, I have a knack for finding and cultivating random friendships. Mind you, I am selective of who I bring into my life since I had a lot of family drama from the age of 17 to 28. So peace of mind is something I strive for all my relationships. Anyways, I'm going to show you a decent friendship that I made in my early 30s that has the potential to be a strong friendship. And we're going to verify if it has the 3 traits. An American viewer reached out and was willing to pay me to pick my brain. The fact that he was willing to pay me showed that he respected me in some form. I offered to talk to him for free and he was grateful. So respect is checked off. We had our first conversation and it went deep. We spoke about personal development, sexuality, therapy, parent relationships, and the guy was taking notes on my advice and adding his own thoughts. That conversation, he not only learned from me, but I from him. And over the next 13 months, we had more conversations, emailed and texted, and each interaction, we were learning and growing a little more. So that checks off the utility part. Now, in all our conversations, we have had a blast with each other. Although these interactions were virtual, we were able to talk about a wide variety of fun and serious topics, plus we had good chemistry. We were able to have a good time each time we spoke to each other. And considering he told me which city he lived in, he invited me to come visit him. And when I do, we'll do random fun things together. So that puts a half a check on enjoyment. As I do want to take part in activities with him, but distance is a current obstacle. Anyways, this type of dynamic happens in the secret layer membership site, and I'm very picky about who I let in because I do want to cultivate that type of dynamic. I want people who will respect each other, be useful, and know how to have a good time doing a variety of things. That being said, don't think that all your friendships have to be like that. In life, we have to be conscious of who we bring into our lives, so we can't make the mistake thinking that we need to have great friendships with everyone we meet. You want to have a few great friendships that you can invest in, and then for the others, you can designate as you see fit. For example, if you do boxing, you have your boxing friends. Or for board games, you have your board game group. You get my drift? You can have a vibrant social life by understanding that you can have a close knit of amazing friends and people that you share a hobby or interest with. Mind you, the latter can turn into amazing friendships, but don't go around making that your aim. Again, to quote Baltasar Gracian on Friends, "Some friendships are like a marriage, others like an affair. The latter are for pleasure, the former for the abundant success they engender." I'm liking Gracian a lot today, so here's a bonus quote from him. "A friend's true understanding is worth more than the many good wishes of others." Okay, let's wrap this up with a summary. To create a strong friendship in a shallow world, it needs to have respect, enjoyment, and utility. Respect requires friends to hold each other in high esteem, allowing vulnerability, trust, and support. Disrespectful behavior invalidates friendships. Enjoyment is all about doing enriching things to deepen the friendship. Friendships based on the same cyclic activities are shallow and prone to break apart easily. Utility is about friends inspiring us to be better in some way. Friendship is all about mutually enhancing each other in life. It's hard to create strong friendships in life, but like anything that is great, it requires effort. It's easy to have lackluster friendships, but they are not worth it. Not all friendships have to be strong. To quote Gracian, some are like marriages and others like affairs. Again, this might sound like a great task to create amazing friendships, but if we're just patient and willing to put in the effort, we will find it. And considering that there's only 3 traits needed, it's not as complicated to grow. I can't say the same for the pesky fiddle leaf fig tree. You'll have more success creating strong friendships than growing that houseplant. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter for some great articles. But other than that guys, remember, you're not just any type of nerd, you're a charismatic nerd.